What's up, StarCraft fans? Last week we talked about the changes that Blizzard will make to Abathur. This week it's about Vorazun on Monk's Post. I'll talk about the changes, and you can share below your thoughts in the comment section. Let's begin. Strike from the Shadows. Strike from the Shadows now provides cloaked units with 25% additional energy regeneration in addition to its current functionality. We wanted to provide a small buff to Vorazun's caster units and at the same time reinforce Vorazun's stealth theme. This ability will also work with ally units, so it will be even more important, to carefully place dark pylons to support allied casters such as Ascendants and High Templar. Yeah, I like this change. It quite complements the dark pylon range mastery, since it will allow you to cloak more units. Like the post said, this will benefit the Dark Archon strategy, as well as the High Templar for Artie and Ascendants for Alarak, among other spellcasters. I mean, even heroes, I guess, will benefit from Kerrigan, will regenerate health faster, or regenerate energy faster rather, to spam attacks, so that'll be nice. I'm not sure if 25% is enough, but I guess for heroes maybe it's enough. But I like the direction Blizzard is heading in this one. I like it. Yeah, it's a buff, so why not? Centurion. Dark Coil now grants Centurions an additional 100 shields for 10 seconds, in addition to its current functionality. The Centurion is a little difficult unit to adjust because it fills many of the same roles as the Dark Templar. It's a melee ground unit that only hits ground enemies. We therefore believe that if the Centurion were ever to have a proper niche, we would have to differentiate it more from the Dark Templar. As a result of the conclusion, we decided to lean the Centurion towards a more crowd control tank role to help distinguish them from the Dark Templar's more fragile high DPS role. We imagine this cheap mineral only unit would be best used as a tank in combination with Vorazun's more gas intensive units such as Dark Archons. Dark Coil range check increased from 0.1 to 1. Dark Coil range check. This change will allow Centurions to cast Dark Coil more often in a large group of enemies. I like the attempt to make the Centurion more useful, but personally I think it'll mostly be to appease players who are desperate for new compositions to play. Players who make Centurions will most likely pair them with Dark Archons, as the post says, which makes sense. Keeping the enemies in place will make it easier for the spellcasters to use mind control, but really, Vorazun has enough crowd control as it is with Black Hole and Time Stop. It won't change her situation that much, but still, at least they're trying, right? No harm in doing that. Buff always means good things. Anyway, Stalker. Stalker damage increased from 10, 14 versus armored, to 13, 18 versus armored, so it's plus 3 and plus 4 versus armored. Ground weapon upgrades now provide Stalkers with plus 1, plus 2 armored damage, up from plus 1 damage. Okay, so Stalkers will be even better versus armored now. Alright. Phase Reactor restores 80 shields over the duration of its effect, up from 40. So it's like a reverse storm thing. Phase Reactor now cloaks Stalkers for 5 seconds in addition to its current functionality. Stalkers are another unit that we'd like to improve both offensively and defensively. Stalkers will also now cloak for 5 seconds after blink, which in addition to defensively hiding the Stalker from enemies, has offensive synergy with Strike from the Shadows. Yeah, it does. In addition, we will be increasing the damage from Amon Stalkers from 10. Alright, as we felt they were slightly underperforming as well. I like this change. It's definitely in a good direction, since going for Dark Templar and Corsair costs way too much gas. Having the option to go for Stalkers in gas limited situations such as Dead of Night would be quite welcome. I'll definitely try this to see if it's comparable to, say, Kerrigan's Hydralisks. It's a big buff after all. Dark Archon. Dark Archon Mind Control range Dark Archon Mind Control cast range increased from 7 to 9. Dark Archons were bumping into each other a bit too much previously when trying to take over their often higher range enemies. That's true. This change makes a cast range of mind control as long as it is for confusion. I like the change. I think it'll make them more useful, but I was hoping for some sort of gas cost reduction. Right now I think they cost 375 gas, which is exorbitant. Setting them in dark pylons might allow for more uses though. We'll see. But another change I wish they thought of is to make the what was that again? I forgot what I was about to say. To make the Dark Archons have oh man, I actually forgot what I was about to say. Cost less gas, there's that. Oh, yeah, make the Dark Archons be able to mind control Ultralisks. Ultralisks have Frenzy, so they're not able to be mind controlled. It would be nice if we could mind control Ultralisks, and if possible, even the smaller hybrid, the hybrid Reavers and the hybrid Destroyers. It would be nice if we could, but probably won't. But Ultralisk, I think we should be able to mind control Ultralisks. They're really good units, so they are ideally the units that we want to mind control. Oracle. The Stealth Drive upgrade now permanently cloaks Oracles in addition to its current functionality. Pulsar Beam Energy activation cost decreased from 25 to 0. Oracles now benefit from weapon upgrades per upgrade. Oracles were being targeted by Amon a lot because they were often the only uncloaked unit among the otherwise purely Corsair Dark Templar army. After these changes, you will have the option to permanently cloak all your Oracles, opening them up to buffs, both from Veil of Shadows and Strike from the Shadows. We'd also like to push Oracles a bit more in the direction of combat units, so we'll be removing a few barriers to entry in that department by removing the Pulsar Beam Energy activation cost and allowing them to benefit from weapons upgrades. So basically, using the Pulsar Beam no longer has the 25 energy requirement. You can use it anytime you want. In addition, we've anticipated the following related requests. So here they are. Weirdness Banshee Cloak Energy activation, yeah, 25 to 0. So basically these units, Banshee, Wraith, Infested Banshee, and Hound and Horner Wraith will no longer have an activation, or will no longer have an energy activation for their abilities. I think this is a great change. Cloaking has always been one of the most requested features for Vorazun's Oracles. Now, if only they didn't change, or they didn't charge so far forwards ahead of everything else, because as you may or may not know, Oracles tend to fly in way ahead of everything else because it doesn't usually attack. So, yeah, that would be nice. Still, at least the enemies will have a harder time picking them off if I F2 them anytime. But keeping your Oracles in a separate control group will still be preferable if you can manage. The offensive option is also nice. Gonna have to try that out at some point. Yeah, I've tried a mass Oracle build before, and yeah, the buff will probably help me out a lot if I want to go for it again. Void Ray. Prismatic alignment maximum bonus versus armored increase from +4 to +6. We wanted to give a slight boost to Void Rays to reinforce their anti-armored role. Well, nice change. I've only used Void Rays when fighting Robotoss basically, but this should make it easier for me, I guess, if I ever want to go Void Rays. Mastery. Shadow Guard duration mastery increased from 0.5 seconds per point to 2 seconds per point, so it's basically ×4. Maximum duration increased from 15 seconds to 60 seconds. The numbers on this mastery are a bit underwhelming, so we'd like to bring them up to a point where they would be more competitive with a time stop unit speed increased mastery. This new mastery will also help show off Vorazun's relatively long ramp-up time. It's a nice try. But the reason I don't use Shadow Guard after the first one is because it costs 50 energy. I only need them to expand and defend the first wave. After that, I usually rely on my army and use only the Shadow Guard as an emergency button, but basically a panic button. With better planning, I think time stop is overall the better option. Still, at least we can't get mad for people who pick the Shadow Guard mastery. It's more comparable now. Anyway, as the post says, the next one after this will be Alarak. I like the changes overall for Vorazun. These are all buffs, no nerfs, so yeah, can't get angry at that. Next one will be Alarak, and I'll do a video on it too. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else you can do, please leave that in the comment. See you.